This is Dartmoor, a vast barren landscape to some, but an opportunity to adventure for many. The whole 368 square miles of this national park is home to some amazing features, from ancient historic ruins to large granite tours, and with the sheer amount of people travelling from across the country to visit Dartmoor each year, there can be some positive and negative impacts of their arrival.
So I'm here today at one of Dartmoor's most popular sites, Haytor, looking at the impacts that tourists create.
And today I'll be exploring North Hessary Tor and the radio mast found upon it.
And Eve is going to be exploring Hound Tor and the ancient village of Hound Tor. Today Matt is going to be exploring Haytor, one of the most popular tours on Dartmoor, with thousands of tourists visiting each year. The tors that protrude the landscape across Dartmoor were formed over 280 million years ago, and people have inhabited the moors for over 4,000 years.
Just behind me are Haytor rocks. They are sitting in a protected area due to their geological significance. Haytor takes the form of a typical avenue tor. The gap between the two main outcrops has clearly been eroded away to leave it in its current format. As mentioned earlier, Haytor is made of granite. Now granite can come in two forms, both coarse-grained and fine-grained. Most of the outcrop is coarse-grained granite, which means it erodes less quickly, but some of it is fine-grained, which means it erodes quicker and can leave overhangs of up to 2 or 3 feet. Now over to Eve, who's going to be exploring Hound Tor.
The rocks here at Hound Tor, according to legend, are said to be hounds that were turned to stone by witches. This is said to be the inspiration for Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's book, The Hound of the Baskervilles. The BBC adaptation of Sherlock has led to increased tourism here at Hound Tor. Increased tourism here at Hound Tor has led to increased erosion, including more litter and the erosion of paths. However, despite Hound Tor being popular, the rates of erosion are significantly lower than Haytor's.
The historical connections of Hound Tor don't just lie on its peak, but a much greater history lies at the base of Hound Tor, which Eve is exploring now.
Just a 10-minute drive from Haytor is the historic Hound Tor, home to one of the most well-preserved ancient medieval villages on Dartmoor. On the south-eastern slope are the remains of an ancient medieval village called Hound Tor. It was built on lands used for farming in the Bronze Age and was even thought to be used in the Roman Age for grazing. Tourists are allowed to visit the ancient medieval village, but are encouraged not to walk over the ancient ruins. The National Park has provided paths in order to reduce this mass erosion. Now back to Matt in the quarry.
Just below Haytor is Haytor Quarry. Now Matt is going to be exploring the quarry and the area surrounding it.
Having ventured away from the top of Haytor, I have now arrived here at Haytor Quarry. Haytor Quarry is very popular for tourists because they have created paths which enables people to walk around and explore the locations used for previous quarrying. The granite from here at Haytor Quarry was later transported down by the Templar Way to Teignmouth. This quarry was open from 1820 to 1919, spanning a period of 99 years. The quarry has clearly been heavily exploited. Lots of machinery is left around the place, showing signs of its older uses. Now I'm stood next to a brilliant example of eroded ground here on Haytor. It is clear from this sandy kind of coarse material that the ground has been eroded away by either vehicles, horses, or even people just walking up to either the quarry just up there or Haytor Rocks itself up there. It's a real big issue for this side of the moor. The visitor centre tries to protect and enhance the view for people visiting the national park, but when ground is eroded like this, it's really hard for tourists to be able to enjoy themselves.
Venturing away from the exposed moorland, Ryan is now investigating Princetown.
So I'm here at the visitor centre in the middle of Princetown. This is very popular with tourists who like to learn about the town itself and ultimately Dartmoor. As you can see, I'm here at Dartmoor Brewery. This place was constructed in 1994 by Simon Lovelace and Philip Davies. In 2017, the brewery had materials delivered to them to expand their business. Here on North Hessary Tor, and behind me is a 200-metre high transmitter pole built by the BBC in 1954. This area is also very popular with tourists. For example, many of them choose to visit this area by walking along the Abbots Way path. So I'm here on top of North Hessary Tor, which again is very popular with tourists. As you can usually see, the views would be absolutely perfect. However, we cannot quite show that to you today as the weather has not been that good. It also contains a trig point which is used to measure the height of the tor. Due to its popularity, this place has faced lots of erosion along its pathways.
That concludes our visit to Dartmoor looking at the tourism.
For now though, that's all from us. Thanks for watching. Good night.